guys. Yesterday was a really, really, really hard day for me. I have been battling with depression a lot since probably mostly my whole life, honestly. I feel like it's just been a little bit of a battle, but lately it's just been worse. And I just kind of hit a breaking point, and Dustin and I had a huge argument. I have a lot of things that God has healed me from in my heart, but I have like a lot of things mentally that I need. I just need help sorting out, and I know that. And actually, in one of our arguments we had, it's been really good. Like we have a fight, and then I feel like for the first time we have space to actually fight because we've been living so many different places since we've been married, really. And even when we had a place in LA, like we always had a lot of people from Skid Row, the homeless guys, like staying with us, and so we never really had our own space. And so now that we have space, it's like really good to be able to just like go there and have an argument and say what needs to be said and really communicate. And our last argument a few months ago, Dustin had said to me that I need therapy. Like I was provoking him. I'm usually the one that will just say very hurtful things because I feel hurt, and it's usually nothing he did. It's a lot of stuff from my past that I bring into every relationship I've ever been in. And so he is just so gracious and patient with me. He's literally like Jesus to me and has always loved me through it and doesn't fight and yell back at me. But I am the one that can be really aggressive, like a T-Rex. And I just was lashing out and being really rude and just not respectful at all in my tone and the things I was saying. I was just feeling hurt. And anyways, he told me I need therapy, and that like really made me so mad. And at first it really hurt, but actually, when he says things like that, I actually do take a minute and process and think about what he said, and there was truth to that. I definitely feel like I do need someone else besides my husband that I can talk to and work through stuff with, just from my past and things that I'm still dealing with from my past, and that affect marriage now. Which is why I'm so adamant about reaching especially girls before they go down the path I went down, because there's still things I'm dealing with that I don't have freedom in my marriage, and that sucks. And I just really want to grow and be free and heal. And so sometimes we just need help doing that. I think most of the time we need help. And so thankfully, yesterday I was just having like a meltdown, and I'd said some really mean stuff to him that I didn't mean, and I was just feeling hurt. And really what I do is I make up things in my head that aren't even true, and I project that onto him. And he always says like almost this self-fulfilling prophecy of like, I always just expect the worst. I'm always thinking he's thinking something negative about me. I do that with everyone a lot. And I also am just like, can be just very selfish. And since we've had Xander, I feel like I've become a little obsessed with him, and I don't always listen to Dustin. And I know he hasn't felt seen in a long time, and that really hurts. And I know that feeling, and so I hate that I make him feel like that. But I get to the place then where I'm like, I hate making him feel like this. I don't want to do this to people. I don't want to hurt people. It's not my heart. Like, why does this keep happening? Like, how do I change? Like, how do I fix this about myself? I hate being this way. And it's always too late. Like, I can't stop it almost in the moment. I just have this thought. I run with it. I go there, and then everything's just a mess. And so he had said to me, it was the first time I ever pushed him to like that point where he just snapped. And he has never, and we're going to be married for 5 years this summer, and he has never ever raised his voice at me. He's never, he's always just like walked in the opposite spirit. He would actually see that I'm hurting, I'm a hurt person, I'm broken, and he would usually, just scoop me up and like love on me. But this time I pushed it too far. I took it way too far. And he basically said to me, you're one of the most selfish people that I know, and you're lazy and entitled, and he was like, you're lazy in your relationships, you're lazy with your calling, you're lazy in our marriage. Um, and I got so offended when he said that. I was so mad. And I went outside to the beach, and I was just like texting with a couple of friends of mine, one who has been to therapy before, and it totally transformed her whole life and her marriage. She has like one of the best marriages I've ever seen. She's 34, and it's just incredible. I haven't seen many marriages like that in our age range, or any marriage in general, really. But anyways, I was processing stuff with her and just asking her to like pray for me. And then I have another friend who was dealing with suicidal thoughts, and she was a mother of 3 kids, and just literally locked herself in the bathroom with a razor blade and was gonna kill herself, and just hit her all-time low with depression. And I was also reaching out to her. So thank God I have these 2 women in my life that God so intentionally brought into my life in this season. And anyways, I say all this because there's just been so many things spoken over Dustin and I's marriage about this is going to be like the best year for us, both personally and in our marriage. And I really believe that. And I really feel like so many times I see him as my enemy, and he's not. There's a real enemy that hates our marriage and hates the things that we're about, and hates that we love people and want to bring people together, and we want to see people healed and whole. And he hates that. And so, of course, there's going to be all these schemes, these lies being told to me constantly about myself that make me insecure or affect my marriage, my relationships. And so when I was sitting outside just journaling, I first broke out in tears. I was just like, God, why do you even love me? Like, how do you even love me? And I really feel like, Dustin is the first person I've ever had in my life who loved me with like Jesus-centered love. And I don't love him like that. I don't, and I want to, and I just don't, because I feel like I love myself more than him, and I don't always prefer him, and I don't think of his needs. And the only person I've ever really loved, I feel, more than myself is our son. I feel like I sacrifice a lot. I do feel like I just do whatever I can to make sure he's healthy and happy, and with routines and healthy eating and getting enough exercise outside. I definitely prefer Xander a lot, and I don't do that in my marriage. And so when I came back inside after being outside, Dustin was just in, and he was crushed and heartbroken, and he just told me flat out, like, you know what the saddest thing is? I've never felt this sad in my whole life, because I do feel like you don't love me like the way that I love you. Like, I don't feel like you even love me, and this whole time we've been married, like, I hate even thinking that or saying that. And I had to tell him, like, I don't think I do love you. I know I don't love you like you love me. I don't even feel like I know how, and I need help. Like, I need wisdom from other wives who've been through this kind of thing, who've raised children who have been in this place. And I had talked about therapy before, and it was something that I've never felt ashamed about. I know a lot of people feel shame about it, or embarrassed almost, but I've never felt like I was embarrassed to go to therapy. I know so many people who've gone, and it's really helped them, and so I see it as something that's so wise to do. But my end, I was so apathetic about it and lazy, and felt like I could do whatever I wanted, and he will just always be there. And to be honest, like, I am lazy, and I do get very entitled and selfish and spoiled, because I was never really told no. and I have definitely used and I've definitely taken advantage of most people I've ever dated. I feel like everyone just does things for me, and I didn't really have to lift a finger, and that's wrong. And I do that a lot in my marriage. I do, and I hate that. And so there's a lot of stuff in me that's broken, but I am so excited, and we have had the best day today, and last night was just amazing. Just being together again. And you know how you get, my in-laws always call it the crazy cycle. It's like, I've been disrespectful and not seeing him and not preferring him, not serving him the way I feel a wife should. And And in return, like, that's how a man feels loved, when I respect him. So when I'm degrading or disrespectful or just have a mean tone with him, and I just react to everything, like, he's not going to want to hang out with me and spend quality time with me, which is my love language, and it just makes sense. And so we've been going round and round. I disrespect him, he doesn't feel loved, so then he doesn't really want to be around me all the time, and then I don't feel loved. And so I really felt like something broke last night, and just really excited to start fighting for the things that matter, fighting for my marriage. It's a fight, and it's worth it, and it's crazy how things can just flip, like, and just get so much better when we are just, yeah, when we just surrender and are willing to do whatever it takes to have the most free, exciting, fun, intimate marriage ever. And I'm just, number one, so thankful for friends who have been there before and who can pour into me. And I'm so thankful for just God, who's constantly challenging me to be the best version of myself, because you know what? That just means more and more freedom from insecurities and just dumb things that hold us back. And so I just want to encourage you to not feel silly if you're even considering therapy or counseling or whatever. And I am just really excited. I've seen the benefit of a lot of friends and family of mine who've gone to Christian counselors, and it's just amazing what it can do when you meet with someone who's a professional, who's anointed. That's their calling. That's what they feel called to do, and their way to serve people and heal broken hearts and brokenness in people, and really walk them back into wholeness so they can experience the fullness of marriage. Is what God, it's a gift he's given us, and so many of us are not experiencing the fullness of what he has, and that's so heartbreaking. And so I hope then, I'm excited to start going, and I really, I contacted a girl yesterday, and am ready to go ASAP, and I don't care how much it costs. Like, that to me is so priceless, and I'm really looking forward to it, and just looking forward to having an even better marriage than it already was. Like, it's not, I'm not saying it was all bad. We just definitely, I have things that I have to work through for sure. We all do, but I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. And I just felt like I wanted to share that today, to just encourage anyone who's feeling like they're stuck or just depressed or not knowing why little things trigger them, or why they feel insecure, or why you make up stories in your head and you project that onto people or assume they're thinking a certain thing. I've brought so much of my junk from my past into my marriage, and I'm excited to for God to just restore really everything that the enemy has stolen from me at this point in my life, and just so pumped. So I just want to share that. Anyways, happy Friday. Have a great weekend, you guys. Thank you so much for all the feedback and encouragement, and I hope this blesses you. All right, bye, guys.